It's Friday, April 24th, 2026, and this is the Washington Times front page. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. President Trump has ruled out using a nuclear weapon against Iran as the war there nears its third month. Speaking with reporters in the Oval Office, Tom Howell, Vaughn Cockayne, and Jeff Murdoch report the president called questions about the nuclear option stupid. The president did order the Navy to shoot and kill any Iranian boat laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz, even amidst what is now an indefinite ceasefire between the parties. The military has also been boarding ships in the Strait and beyond that it believes are helping Iran in an attempt to strangle Iranian oil exports. U.S. Central Command said its forces have turned around 33 vessels since the operation began. The Department of Justice has reclassified state-licensed medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug in a win for pro-cannabis groups. Mary McHugh Bell reports the order shifts the designation of licensed medical marijuana from Schedule 1, which is reserved for drugs with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse, to the less strictly regulated Schedule 3 of the Controlled Substances Act. The order doesn't make medical or recreational use of marijuana federally legal. It does give a break to licensed medical marijuana operators and eases some barriers to researching the drug, in part by alleviating penalties for cannabis researchers who use marijuana or marijuana-derived products in their work. The leading Democrats in California's gubernatorial race would block Trump administration reforms aimed at mitigating illegal immigration. Susan Ferricchio reports billionaire philanthropist Tom Steyer and former state attorney general Javier Becerra said during a debate this week they'd fight the Trump administration's illegal immigration enforcement, including a new language proficiency policy for truckers. Becerra called the English language proficiency requirement for commercial truck drivers and its roadside enforcement a reckless policy. The California Highway Patrol began enforcing English language requirements for traffic stops earlier this year, following an order from the Trump administration. Nearly a tenth of newborns in the United States in 2023 were delivered by mothers who were either in the country illegally or on a temporary visa. Stephen Dinan reports in some 245,000 cases, the mothers were illegal immigrants. In the other 15,000 cases, the mother had some temporary visitor status, according to the Pew Research Center. Under a Trump administration plan to restrict birthright citizenship that's being challenged at the Supreme Court, those cases would have been denied. More broadly, Pew said that more than 4 million babies born in the United States between 2006 and 2023 would also not have qualified for citizenship under the administration's plan. Donations to the Southern Poverty Law Center spiked in the year after a white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. Valerie Richardson reports donations rose from $50 million in 2016 to $132 million in the fiscal year ending October 2017, according to the organization's tax filings. The SPLC condemned the 2017 rally, which resulted in 1 death and more than 30 injuries, but also had a field source who helped plan, promote, and coordinate transportation for the event. SPLC interim president Brian Fair said the group used informants to gather credible intelligence that was sometimes shared with law enforcement. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche accused the center of manufacturing racism to justify its existence. And finally, an American veteran of a legendary British battle during the Korean War was saluted by top global officials as he returned to the battlefield. Andrew Salmon reports Edwin Warwick of Wisconsin returned to South Korea's Gloucester Hill battlefield for the first time since April 1951. His visit came 75 years to the day after the fighting, which was the epicenter of the biggest communist offensive of the Korean War. Warwick was born in Britain and fought in the British Army during the war before migrating to the U.S. and becoming an American citizen in 1963. Find all of today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerber.